Welcome back to the Wicked F150 channel. So today's just going to be a mod video. Everything that I've completed so far. I did one there before Christmas. It was under $500. Today, as it sits, including the tires, I believe we are sitting at around $1,700. I will have the total here in the description for everybody in case you're interested, but it's definitely under $2,000. But as you can see here, looking at it, the tires, the tint, which is 20, the FX4 stickers, the plasti dipped F150 emblem on both sides, then of course the front and the tailgate emblems as well. This I just added yesterday. It's another one of them parts that I had sitting around. They're just a sticker to cover the blue caps that I can't stand because nothing else on this truck is blue. As you can see, there is still blue. Now, if you're just standing here, standing 6 feet away, you can't tell. You can't see the blue, anything like that. I did get the right size. That's just how it is. I mean, it's a curved edge. You can't really get a sticker around that without it crinkling or anything like that. I ordered that from Emblem Overlays. I got a deal because I subscribed to their emails, 50% off all 4 of them. I think I paid like 10 bucks. So it's not a bad deal. It's definitely worth it. I mean, I think it looks so much better than the blue. But like I said, those were 10 bucks. The tires, now I did get them on a deal, of course. These are like $280 to $300 a tire. I got them at like $145 a tire because of a mistake on Discount Tires part. So they gave me these for the price of the Arturos that I had thought I ordered. So I got a hell of a deal, but those were it was $810, I believe, out the door with the tires and then mounting and all that. The headlights, now these, of course, since I couldn't get them apart, it's just painted on the outside. It's just a gloss black around the trim there, and then a tint from Advanced on the lens itself. 3 coats on the gloss, and then 3 coats on the tint as well. Did the gloss first, then the tint. The gloss black was, I believe, $8 or $9 at Advanced, and the tint was like $6 or $7. Then I replaced the bulbs, the low beams, with LEDs. Just did that in my last video if you want to check that out if you haven't already. They look great. Drove in the dark last night, and it is such an improvement, even over the Philips Crystal Vision that I had in there prior. Now with the different bulbs, it has gotten up in price a little bit. The original Crystal Visions, I believe, were $20 to $25, but these, the LEDs, were $35 is what I paid. The fogs are, at the moment, still the Crystal Visions. I believe they were $20. I have the matching BEAMTECH LEDs for the fogs. They'll be here tomorrow, and I'll install them. They were $26 on Amazon. The bull bar, that was $105 on eBay. Not a bad deal. I mean, it doesn't have the LED light that some of them do, but I don't need it and would never use that. Like I said, I plasti dipped the Ford emblem there. Now the Raptor Grill, that is $90. To me, well worth it. This was to me more for looks, but it actually does add a lot of light in the front at night. It does. Notice it sitting here against the garage. It just lit up. Let's see. I got new wipers because the stock ones were done in like 3 or 4 months. believe that was like $20, $30 off Amazon. The antenna, of course, that was like $15 off Amazon. It's a 13-inch, I believe, 13 or 14-inch. But I do have a whistle. I've seen a lot about that it could be the antenna whistling, that I don't know. A gentleman had suggested that maybe it could possibly be the door, but it does not look to me like it's out, the door is off at all. So I do believe it is the antenna, which the car wash today apparently bent. Didn't even notice that earlier. And that's why they tell you to take it off, but I didn't think it would happen. And it did. But the truck is perfectly clean. It is amazing. Love it. Love it when it's clean. Like I said, the FX4 stickers, also off of Amazon. I believe they were $20 or $25. Painted the exhaust black the whole way up to the turn. That's the same gloss that I used on the headlights. So I didn't have to buy a different can. I put 3 coats on that as well. Then the tail lights, those are actually also the same can of black that I used for the headlights and the exhaust. So still no extra price there. Now I did forget to add the sandpaper for the taillights and the headlights. Also just got that at advanced. I believe I used 1,000 grit. Then the F150 insert letters, those were, I believe, $60 off Amazon. They're the Putco insert letters. Now, if you watch the install video of those, I actually got the 5 backwards and then tore it off to put it back on, and it bent like here, here, and then here too. And I emailed them. Great customer service. They sent out a replacement 5 immediately, got it in less than a week, and looked great. Because the bends in it really bugging the hell out of me. I actually I swapped out the LEDs for the license plate and the third brake up there. Those were $10 off Amazon. It was all the same light. It came in a pack of 10. So I still have plenty of extras in case they do go out, which they've been fine so far. Now the rear window decal, also off Amazon. That was $50. And at the time that I got it, the company said that somebody else was taking them over. So if anything happens to that, or any of you guys want to purchase the same one, I'm not sure if you will be able to, but I will see if the link is still on there and put it in the description. The liner, actually got it from Linex, about an hour away from me. I got it for $60, so can't beat that. Then the box links, love that system. Bought both pieces separately off of Amazon. I believe it total price of like $55, $60, because you buy the bracket and then the lockable piece separately. I'll put the links in the description. Now, it took me a while to actually pull the trigger on these because instead of just buying them from Ford themselves, now they're $80 from Ford itself. I wanted them a little cheaper, and for that you may compromise quality, but I didn't, in my opinion. It's still the same material and all of that. The biggest issue were the screws. One, they're self-tapping to get into the bed itself, and a lot of people were saying, the reviews said that screws broke, they rusted out after the first rain or anything like that. So I just painted all the screws. Now, they were already black, but I just painted all the screws before I put them in, so they're covered. I'm not gonna have to worry about the rust, at least for a while, and I didn't have any issues with any of the screws. They all went right in. Now, one, I got it probably halfway in and the head stripped, and that was on my 3rd bracket. So in case anybody wants to say that I don't know how to drill a screw in or anything like that, I already had, the other 2 were already in, no issues. but it was one screw. I don't know if it was just defective or what, but it just stripped the whole center out real easy. Pulled it out, and that was the only issue I had. Then that is it for exterior mods. Now the inside, well, let's see, before we go in there, let's take a look at this, see if you can see them in the daylight. Even in the daylight, they just look nice, don't they? All right, so going inside. Now, in here, I do have the F-150 floor mats. The original video, I did have a set. I can't even remember the name of them. I still have this set. I only got them from the for the front at the time. They were off Amazon. There's nothing wrong with them. They're in the garage as a backup set. But when I went on to get the rear, they didn't sell just the rear anymore, or just the fronts. I had to buy a whole set. So if I was going to have to buy a whole nother set, I wanted these. Now they don't cover nearly as well. As you can see, there's still plenty of carpet around. But it is kind of a stock thing, and they just have a cleaner look to them. And I like the F-150, that it says F-150 on it. So I got the whole set for this that I wanted, and still have the ones off of Amazon sitting in the garage. I can't remember how much these were. You would have to go online and just look them up. Those won't be in the description. Apologize for that. Don't have the order, but you can Google them. Other than that, let's get in here. Okay, so from the inside, I got the center console piece here. This was $15 off Amazon. To me, it is worth it, because when I first got it, and I didn't have this one yet, this thing sliding around back and forth around every turn, it drove me nuts. Couldn't do it. So that really helped out that way. And as you can see, I use the top a lot. There's barely anything in the bottom. There's nothing else. No other mod inside that I've done at the moment, which is the issue. I guess this will be probably my next area. Whoa, hold on, forgot. Ford emblem in the steering wheel. Also from emblem overlays, I believe this one total was $15. I did not get it on a sale. The sticker itself was $8, I think, but then I had to pay for shipping, which was great. I mean, I got it in like 2 days, no issues. But again, you can still see blue around. But just sitting in my seat, I don't see any. Sitting right here, eye view, I don't see any blue. So it's not a big deal to me. I love the black instead of the blue. So no other colors are on my truck, except for that grill, which a lot of people keep saying paint it black or plasti dip it, which I'm not going to ever do, probably. My wife and I both agree that we just like the look of how the magnetic gray on the front of this truck. But the other mods inside are forescan. That, as you can see, my theme is definitely different than any other Ford, unless you've already changed yours. This is the Lincoln Black label, and to me, this was just my favorite. It matched the truck perfectly, in my opinion. Like I said before in the other video, all you have to do is, to test it if you don't have forescan, to find out what you want, is press this arrow and this arrow at the same time, and it will bring up testing settings. And it's very annoying noise because it's testing the speakers. When it pulls up, all you have to do is hit the back button and it'll bring you to this. Then you just click theme and you go through any one you want. And there it is. But to change it permanently, because that once your vehicle resets, it will go back to the original theme. So you will need forescan to make it permanent. And you'll just look at the codes to put in which theme you want from forescan. Again, I will include the Google document that everybody uses for forescan with all the codes, so you have it to go off of to change anything. Put the global windows in for up and down. I turn the seatbelt chimes off. I change the blinkers. I believe stock it was 3. I like 5, so I changed that. I put the seats up here. Now, if I had air-conditioned seats, it would work. Like, I can turn it on, but it doesn't work. And then, of course, heated seats. Now, if it was started, it would have lit up. But, yeah, I put them on the screen. Also with forescan, with getting the bigger tires, I changed the calibrations with forescan, so that way my speedometer is correct. I love everything you can do with forescan. I didn't have to buy a separate tool to be able to have that done with my tires, or take it to somebody else and then have them do it. So all of that put together, like I said, it's about $1,500–1,600. Now, that's what I have done. That's it. There will be more, like I started to say. I believe for a little bit the mods will be interior, as the only exterior mods that I want to do that are left is a legitimate lift instead of just a level. Looking at a 4-inch, that would be my preference. And new headlights. Probably the Morimotos. I'm just not a fan of this year's Anzos. I did like the Anzos for the 15 to 17, 18, not a fan. But those are very expensive, as anybody who's looked them up knows or has gotten them. So that ain't going to happen at the moment. So inside, I think the next one is a garage door opener, because with an XLT, you don't get any home link buttons. So I did actually notice a guy on a forum yesterday selling a set of Lariat visors that had the home link, and it was a great price, but by the time I saw them, they were already gone. And have a garage, so I want a garage door opener that works instead of keeping the garage door opener in my truck all the time. I did see on the forum about Modor. It's actually a company, they're basically for motorcycles, but it'll just be a little button right here. That's going to come here in the next week or two, hopefully. See when I can purchase it and however long it takes to get here. But that'll probably be my next mod, is that garage door opener. Hopefully it isn't a pain. I don't do wiring, so we'll see how it works. Hopefully I don't mess it up too bad. Other things I've seen to give you guys some ideas is changing out this dash. The Lariat dash is really nice. It's nice leather. And I would love to have that done. I believe that's around $650 to get that dash. And then, of course, just if you can swap it out yourself, that's your only cost. But that would be the only other interior upfront mod. The rest of it would be speakers. I would never do a sub or anything like that. I'm not that big on that kind of stuff. But I would like a little something more from this system, so at least get better speakers in the doors. That's going to be something probably one day. That's it for me. Hopefully you guys like the build. Hopefully you guys like the information. Any questions, feel free to comment. I usually try to answer as much as I can, as quick as I can. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and hope you all have a good week. Thank you.